Life is a path filled with obstacles, and wins an ongoing struggle between our internal fortitudes and flaws, even though everyone wants to be a leader, resilient and purposeful lives. Habits often prevent us from understanding our utmost ability, so in this journey of transformation that we will investigate 8 detrimental behaviors and learn how to defeat them using the guidelines of Stoicism, an ancient Greek virtue theory established in the early 3rd century BC. Provided by Zeno of Citium classic guidance for negotiating the intricacy of modern life, it compels us to focus on the things we can manage. Cultivate attributes like wisdom and bravery and self-control, as well as to confront life's inevitable difficulties with grace while we explore these 10 routines. But keep in mind that being self-aware is the first step. In the direction of transformation, acknowledging, recognizing these internal behaviors themselves permits us to begin the process of switching them out for Stoic values that enable us to live a life strength, purpose, and inner tranquility habit on one side. Only procrastination associates with people that encourage you and bring forth your finest performance. The act of putting off obligations and activities is a common practice that compromises our stubbornness, obstructs development, and ultimately costs us precious time for development personally and significant looks for the traditional cure for. The root of procrastination is Stoicism, the carped or seizing the day principle. Stoicism stresses being aware of the current moment, while putting off a task frequently results from fear of the discomfort with it to overcome in the future. This behavior, we need to adopt a Stoic mentality, realizing that the only moment we are in charge of the current epicus. A Stoic thinker suggested focusing on what we already have mastery and relinquishing what is not. Procrastination frequently results from concentrating on possible results or the obstacles of a task as opposed to accepting. By putting the Stoic concept into practice, instead of focusing on the procedure than the result, we can achieve ourselves from the shackles of procrastinating. Start with little reasonable objectives that are regularly met, pursuing them and embracing the unease and doubt of the acknowledging that development and strength arises from these difficult brief reminder that time is limited resource and every day lost due to delay is a day gone forever. Negative self-talk habit discourse, articulating Marcus Aurelius's realization that our lives are reflections of ideas. The manner in which we speak with oneself has a big impact. Self-worth, assurance, and general negative self-talk about well-being is a habit that erodes and weakens us. Belief in oneself impeding the achievement of our actual capacity. Stoicism leads us to take charge of our thoughts and replace negativity, combined with reason and self-compassion. Acknowledge us as Aelius, a famous Roman emperor and philosopher, emphasized how crucial monitoring is our internal conversation, acknowledging that our worldview is influenced by our ideas, thereby developing it's essential to have a sensible and optimistic outlook. To counteract self-defeating speech, this metamorphosis by objective observation, your ideas pinpointing instances when self-doubt or self-criticism emerges, contest these ideas with reason challenging. If they are based on facts or on the results of fear, because Stoicism fosters insecurity, the application of self-compassion therapy ourselves with the generosity and comprehension that we would extend to a buddy in a comparable circumstance rather than criticizing oneself for errors or alleged flaws. Concentrate on the lessons they provide and chances for enhancement as you swap out the negative self-talk based on Stoic ideas of with self-compassion and reason. You'll find your inner resilience, and resilience that gives you the ability to face obstacles in life with assurance and grace, dodging difficulties. It's the third, avoiding challenges out of habit inhibits individual development and potential by choosing comfort over advancement in this. Habit keeps the development of endurance, bravery, and the capacity to adjust to new circumstances, in which Stoic philosophy us to perceive discomfort and challenges as chances for personal development. Epicus thought that individual development results from meeting obstacles and extending our limits. In the contemporary, the propensity to look for solace and avoiding pain can hinder long-term progress and obstruct our ability to realize our full potential by voluntarily facing. In trying circumstances, Stoics contend, we strengthen your moral character, patience, and self-awareness. In modern convenience is preferred by society, and instant satisfaction could offer momentary respite but restricts long-term. According to growth Stoic philosophy, overcoming obstacles is when true strength is found. Directly and patiently, cultivating teaches values such as bravery, persistence, and fortitude consistently. Avoiding difficulties limits one's personal and, in the Stoics' advocate, leaving the comfort zone and taking part in actions, exceeding boundaries to grow, capacities, increase self-assurance, and discover avoiding personal fulfillment. Difficulties can cause one to fear failing. Impeding the study of Stoic philosophy presents failure as a necessary component of life. Supplying worthwhile education experiences, looking for discomfort doesn't imply needless pain, is the main concern. Shifting viewpoints in order to comprehend pain as a vital component of existence, resulting in growth, and aggressively pursuing difficulties and pain intensify individual authority, dependency on morality and internal fortitude above external. In such cases, Stoicism suggests concentrating on aspects that are under your control. Ideas, deeds, and responses to obstacles, to lowering reliance on applying outside variables to happiness. Stoic ideas allow for deliberate and improved equipment for patient life navigation people to handle challenges and unanticipated occurrences, embracing obstacles as chances for development and personal development enables the preservation of a Stoic attitude, keeping an open mind while addressing this and questioning prevailing attitudes and practices, identifying the inclination to stay away. Uncomfortableness encourages the adoption of Stoic values, which cultivate a strong, adaptable outlook with a personal focus growth. Therefore, accept discomfort and obstacles to starting the journey of self-awareness and habit development for overly. The fourth bad habit on the list is consumerism, centers on an overindulgent attachment, the Stoic philosophy's materialism. The importance of valuing ethics and internal values versus material belongings. When our zeal for consumerism gets so great that we run the risk of losing, realizing what counts in the end and discovering long-lasting happiness in the modern consumer-driven culture makes it simple to give in to the desire for monetary gain. Riches, assuming that having belongings will bring contentment and happiness. Stoic philosophy serves as a reminder that external things are transient and outside of our control. They might be taken, misplaced, or demolished by depending on material. Having things to make us happy places us in a precarious situation of continuous disappointment and unhappiness. Connecting happiness and self-worth to having property develops constant cravings for further, resulting in a fascination with gaining riches and steadily looking for the newest products or discounts. This unquenchable desire leads to eternal discontent because there's always anything fresh to yearn for, or someone who has more Seneca than a well-known Stoic philosopher's stress-making distinctions between overwhelming requirements and wants. The source of material ISM is the ongoing, the want for more, and the false impression believed possession ensures long-term Stoic philosophy of happiness motivates us to reevaluate our priorities and desires. Folks that share our beliefs and well-being to break the pattern of excessive consumerism. Start with practice being happy with what you already understand, that the goal of material belongings frequently results in a cycle of longing and unhappiness. Change your attention to developing qualities such as discernment, bravery, and genuine sources of fulfillment are compassion. Stoic thought advises us to change our course, our attention shifting from material goods to the development of moral qualities within, attributes under our control that resulted in prolonged satisfaction and strong attachment. Consumerism can encourage sentiments of anxiety and insecurity, starting a cycle of envy and dread. Stoic thought. Proponents of detachment do not giving up all material possessions. However, cultivating a sound partnership, using their belongings as instruments to enhance lives, as opposed to becoming sources of confirmation or joy and appreciation. Minimalism and practice can help with fostering contentment and decreasing connection to material goods by releasing oneself from the control of materialism with which we identify ourselves. Key ideas that we can concentrate on, fostering values and creating significant ties and making a contribution to improvement of society through. This mental shift enables us to experience true satisfaction and lead a life that is stoic in a summary of an overly strong attachment to the content. Having goods reduces our commitment to Stoic theory. Acknowledging that the transient quality of outside objects and detachment exercises can release us from the desire loop that results in contentment with the growth of virtues, and adhering to Stoic ideals, pursuing external approval as a means of Habit 5's external validation can undercut your Stoic resolve. The Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of giving internal qualities over pursuing approval from superior to reliance on other sources. Getting permission might make you reliant on others' views, undermining your independence in the age of social media, dominated society. The widespread custom of getting approval from others is more difficult. Many assess their own value and contentment determined by likes, comments, and adherence, encouraging a persistent craving for acceptance that may lead to brittle Stoic philosophy of self-esteem, nevertheless serves as a reminder that true happiness and satisfaction comes from inside, that the growth of virtues like wisdom, bravery, justice, and restraint, as supported by Stoic intellectuals, surpasses dependency on outside judgments or acceptance. They are attributes. We are capable of nurturing ourselves, regardless of the outside environment. Trying to win people over compromises our strength, leaving us vulnerable to varying viewpoints and binding our self-worth to outside approval. A clear illustration of this habit. Envision investing a significant amount of working hard on a blog post that you're proud of, rather than assessing its worth and the joy it gives you. Obtain outside clearance as soon as possible by looking through comments and views to see whether the feedback is not up to par. Disappointment follows, raising questions about the inherent worth of your efforts and lowering your self-assurance to break this behavior. And firstly, emphasize the Stoic philosophy. Acknowledge that attempting to get acceptance from others is transitory and frequently out of your power over other people's perspectives might shift. And the quest for their acceptance is a never-ending pursuit of development inequalities. Guide your behavior in a way that Stoic thought and behavior, self-knowledge and acceptance of oneself when asking for permission, why externally validation is required, and evaluate it's in line with your principles and proceed. Keep in mind that your value is established by your behavior and character, not by other people's perspectives. Boost your self-confidence, the capacity to evaluate and decide independently, looking for internal acceptance by assessing deeds in light of Stoic qualities. Focus on individual growth and advancement as opposed to comparing oneself to the viewpoint of others. Recognize that contentment and happiness originates internally than external resources that are all around you. A welcoming neighborhood that respects and motivates you to seek feedback and learn from reliable people, using your finest interests at heart. But keep in mind that their views shouldn't determine who you are. Work in brief. The practice of consistently looking for outside validation diminishes the application of Stoic philosophy. Acknowledging the pointlessness of depending on others' opinions to evaluate your own performance enables you to concentrate on cultivating inner virtue, in discovering contentment via self-awareness, and developing a community that is encouraging that you can build your dedication to Stoic thought, living a more moral and satisfying life. Life habit number 6, a capacity for handling adverse. Philosophy of emotions emphasizes the value of reason and preventing, but our behaviors are dictated by our emotions. Giving in to unpleasant feelings, such as rage, envy, or fear, reduce the capacity to remain composed and perform virtuously. Examining this subject shows the results of giving in to negative feelings regarding our Stoic behavior and general well-being. Negative feelings overcome rationality, impairing judgment, resulting in impetuous responses, terrible remarks, and harm relationships. Fear can prevent you from taking necessary chances or overcoming obstacles, preventing the development of virtues such as tolerance, kindness, and Stoic philosophy of self-control. Viewpoints, feelings as perceptions derived from our assessment of the worldview held by Stoics. We are in charge of our assessments, and consequently, while engaging in practice with self-awareness and mindfulness, we can analyze our ideas and confront those, producing unfavorable feelings and developing ideas in line with logic and morality. One of the main ideas of Stoic philosophy is frequently mistaken for being comprehensive. Disengagement from feelings when stating that regarding establishing emotional resilience and keeping one's inner peace when standing stoic in the face of hardships. Recognize that unpleasant feelings are natural, but urge answering with logic, discernment, and restraint to break the pattern of giving in to unpleasant feelings and fortify our. These tactics are used in Stoic practice. Develop awareness to become more conscious of feelings, inquire about assessments, practice of evoking negative feelings, routine introspection to pinpoint patterns and investigate substitute reactions. Look for virtue rather than taking a long-term approach to revenge repercussions, and accept serenity by recognizing what is beyond your control. Using these techniques on a regular basis reduces the inclination to give in to unpleasant feelings that coincide with the rationality ideals of Stoicism, resilience, and tranquility within oneself. It is vital to understand that this procedure requires patience and work. Yet there's mistakes encountered along the route, offering chances for development and education, embracing the Stoic ideals of continuity and self-awareness on the path toward a more moral, and, in conclusion, leading a fulfilling life is crucial. Permitting negative feelings to take control, activities that compromise the standard of Stoicism via the practice of mindfulness, challenging assessments and procedures, introspection, choosing virtue over taking retribution, and embracing serenity, we gradually lessen the effects of adverse feelings in line with the principles of Stoicism for a more moral and satisfying existence. Habit of concentrating on past errors, on previous errors, is a behavior that can weaken your will to remain stoic. The emphasis of Stoic philosophy lessons is focusing on the here and now, acknowledging the past and drawing lessons from mistakes, rather than focusing on them endlessly on them. Yet a lot of people find themselves entangled in a regret, remorse, and self-blame, impeding development. Replaying earlier errors serves to reinforce bad feelings. Generating a feeling of stuckness impairs our capacity to identify tranquility, satisfaction, and impeding positive adjustments. A fundamental tenet of Stoic thought emphasizes the acknowledgement that there is nothing we can do to change. The Epicus was a well-known Stoic philosopher before highlighted that the thing that scares and what dismays us are not outside occurrences, but our memories of them are centered on the past. Errors engulf us in detrimental ideas and feelings that result in unneeded misery. Stoic outlook, supporters of acknowledging earlier acts as accountability and attention to the here and now, endeavors to better ourselves and our break. This tendency and show compassion and pardoning embrace the realizing that error-making is an inherent component of development and education. Change the way you view or seeing them as important teachings, supporting one's own growth. Every error is a learning opportunity for development and bettering oneself. This mentality makes it possible to release the load of previous errors and focusing on the instant that is currently occurring. Being aware is an effective way to release yourself from the remorse loop. By concentrating on the here and now without judgment, mindfulness permits complete participation in the present situation. Forming an attitude of thankfulness draws focus away from the past errors. Hence, I'm sending my appreciation for the here and now, as well as historical lessons experiences, turns the attention to the good elements that support life fulfillment. Ending the pattern of reminiscing about past errors requires deliberate work and a dedication to Stoic ideas. Keep in mind that we have our decision on our response to the past, and thinking back on errors prevents a happy and moral existence. Accept, practice self-compassion, mindfulness, and develop an attitude of thankfulness to lessen the hold of this behavior. Take note of errors, grow as people, and put energy into the pursuit of virtue in the here and now. Motivate to break free from the constraints of the past. Repent and accept Stoic's teachings. Philosophy to create a more fulfilling and pious life, disregarding the welfare of others in habit. 8 of Stoic philosophy emphasizes the idea of globalization, highlighting our integration into a larger human society and the necessity of caring for everyone's health while ignoring the other's needs and suffering can reduce our morality and empathy. Preventing the growth of moral attributes that the Stoic philosophy promotes, living in harmony with nature from the heart, and developing virtues like wisdom, justice, bravery and restraint, kindness or goodwill toward other people, is an essential trait emphasized by Stoic philosophy that ignores this virtue is violated by others' welfare, leading to a break-off from our friends and family when we disregard the disregard for other people's well-being. Their misery, needs and problems appears. This apathy could appear as being indifferent to the suffering of the less lucky, or a lack of availability, help or backing that disregards the well-being of others deprives us of chance. To exercise empathy and compassion is essential to moral integrity, growth. Stoic philosophy places an emphasis on viewing all individuals as deserving of respect, consideration and empathy, recognizing the interconnectedness of all people. Furthermore, disregarding the welfare of others prevents us from reaping the benefits of engaging in acts of kindness and benevolence. Research indicates that acts of kindness not only benefit the recipient, but also positively impact the well. Ignoring the welfare of others reinforces a self-centered mindset, hindering personal development. True happiness and contentment, according to Stoic philosophy, are received from living a virtuous life aligned with the principles of reason and ethics, ignoring The welfare of others leads us away from this fundamental truth-making, us captives of selfish and self-interest to overcome this habit and strengthen our practice of Stoic philosophy. It's crucial to nurture empathy and goodwill towards others actively. This involves learning about the perspectives and experiences of others and practicing acts of kindness. Embracing the virtue of benevolence not only reinforces Stoic philosophy, but also contributes to creating a world filled with compassion and harmony by actively seeking the well-being of others. We become agents of positive change, fostering a sense of community and promoting the overall welfare of humanity. Habit and succumbing to external pressures in Stoic philosophy. Habit 9 revolves around succumbing to external pressures. This habit highlights the challenge of letting external circumstances dictate our internal state. Stoic ISM teaches us to focus on what is within our control. Yet succumbing to external pressures often leads to anxiety, stress, and a sense of inner peace. External pressures can manifest in various forms, such as societal expectations, peer influences, or the pursuit of external validation. When we allow these external forces to shape our thoughts, decisions, and emotions, we compromise the Stoic principle of maintaining autonomy over our internal world. To overcome this habit, it is essential to cultivate resilience and inner strength. Stoic philosophy encourages us to recognize that the transient nature of external pressures and to develop an unwavering commitment to our principles and values. By prioritizing internal clarity and resilience, we can navigate external challenges without compromising our Stoic practice. In essence, Habit 9 reminds us to remain steadfast in our Stoic principles, even in the face of external pressures, fostering a sense of inner calm and autonomy amidst the complexities of the external world. Habitan, pursuit of perfection. In Stoic philosophy, Habit 10 cautions against the relentless pursuit of perfection, recognizing it as a potential impediment to personal development. Stoicism advocates for acknowledging the inherent imperfections within human nature and understanding that the relentless quest for perfection can give rise to unrealistic expectations, chronic dissatisfaction, and undue stress. The habit of seeking perfection often involves fixating on flawless outcomes, fostering a fear of failure, and succumbing to excessive self-criticism. This mindset stands in contrast to Stoic principles that emphasize the importance of embracing challenges, learning from mistakes, and recognizing the inherent value and the ongoing journey of self-improvement. To overcome this habit, it is crucial to adopt a Stoic mindset that prioritizes progress over perfection by shifting focus towards continuous improvement and learning from experience. As we align ourselves with Stoic ideal of resilience, wisdom, and the acceptance of our human limitations, this transformative perspective not only fosters a healthier approach to personal growth, but also encourages a more compassionate understanding of oneself and others in the pursuit of a virtuous life. In harmony with Stoic philosophy, it becomes evident that embracing imperfections and valuing progress over an unattainable perfection is a cornerstone of a fulfilling and meaningful existence. In Conin, neglecting the well-being of others stands as a habit that undermines the essence of Stoic philosophy. To overcome this, acknowledging the significance of empathy and goodwill becomes pivotal, actively working towards cultivating a heightened concern for the welfare of humanity. Not only fortifies our character, but also contributes to the establishment of a more ethical and compassionate society. Exploring habits that signify weakness, we've delved profoundly into the insights of Stoic philosophy and how its principles serve as tools to conquer these habits. Stoic thinking, when applied, has the transformative power to reshape all these habits. It directs us to focus on what we can control, nurture virtues, confront life's challenges with courage and patience, and find happiness in the present moment, letting go of the need for external approval and material possessions, given the authority to venture beyond our comfort zones and glean insights from the past, without being weighed down by remorse. The path of turning vulnerability into strength demands both patience and exertion as you set forth on this transformative expedition. Bear in mind that change unfolds progressively, consistently, applying Stoic principles in your everyday life with commitment and persistence fosters liberation from ingrained habits, clearing the path toward a meaningful, resilient and serene existence. Seek teachings of Stoic philosophy, seek internal acceptance, replace complaints with gratitude, prioritize virtue over material wealth, face challenges with courage and release the grip of the past. Through this you initiate a profound transformational journey towards a life adorned with strength, wisdom and enduring happiness. The journey is yours to traverse and the destination is within reach. Seize today and embark on the transformative path with Stoic philosophy. Thank you for accompanying us on this exploration. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this content beneficial, please like and share it with others who might find value in it. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights, and we look forward to continuing this journey of learning and growth together.